Well guys, you're in for a treat. I'm going to show you how to drill a square hole. First lesson is it's not called drilling, it's actually broaching a square hole or broaching a keyway. And the way we do it is we drill a hole initially and then we use this homemade broach to square off the shoulders. So there's more fun and games in store. Stay tuned. Occasionally you do need a square hole. I need it for a tool holder. And this is a 3/8, so I figured I'd make the tool in order to do it. There's many ways to skin a cat, but I don't have any special tools, and I'm going to show you how to make a perfectly square hole without any special tools. Here's the high-speed steel tool bit that we want to hold in our fixture. This is square. Here's another tool bit that I've ground just with my angle grinder in the vise, and then with a die grinder and an abrasive wheel cut these little slots. And what we've made is a cheap little broach. This is called a broach, and it's for pressing into holes to make the hole square. So once you've gone ahead and ground all four sides of this so it's a taper and cut these relief slots in here, you're pretty much good to go. I'm going to take my fixture, I'm going to drill a 3/8 hole, and then we're going to broach it using this homemade broach. I got the workpiece positioned in the vise, and I got my 3/8 drill bit in there. Now the broach is still a little bit big with the corners to get into that hole, so I'm going to take my square file, just knock off the edges a little bit, give ourselves a fighting chance. Now there's nothing to say you couldn't file this square if you had a little patience. I'm a little short on patience today, so I'm going to broach it. Got the workpiece ready to go, got the corners all knocked off. Now the broach will sit in there nice. Put on some Astroglide, little dab will do ya. Stick it in there. Now I don't have a press, but I do have a vise. So we're going to stick it in the vise and broach it. I've been at it now for 4 minutes. We're just about through. Just want to tighten the vise up until just before everything explodes and gives you summer teeth. Then you back it off. And then knock the back it off, then knock the broach out. We got a pretty square there with the broach, and because I didn't grind this equal on all sides, I made sure that I rotated it all the way through for the final push. And then just to clean it up, I got a regular piece of tool steel here, and I just dished the very end so it's concave and it's got sharp corners, and then this will be our final pass just to clean things up. Just a little bit snug. I'm going to heat up this broach and then put it in. You can see here where the final push of the square stool stock cleaned up this little, yeah. There we go. So I'm going to rotate that 90 degrees and go through it 4 times. And that, my friends, is one way to broach a square hole. We didn't have to buy any extra tools. We just had to do a little bit of work. Booyah!